Hi, and welcome to Mondays with Marlo. I'm so excited today because we've got Colin Cowie back for the third time. And if anybody's back here 3 times, you know that's because you love him. And we're very excited to have you back.
So happy to be back here, absolutely.
And you do so many wonderful things. You help us with entertaining, with gift giving. You're going to help us with giving money away to other people and caring about other people.
It's the Robin Hood in me.
And weddings. Oh, God, weddings. So there's so much that you do. So since you do it all, we have a zillion questions for you.
Bring them on.
And we're very excited to get started. So this is from Marnie. What are some creative ideas for gift wrapping besides boring Christmas paper and ribbons?
There's 2 answers here. First of all, I love the idea of gift bags and tissue paper because it's the quickest way to wrap a gift.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and you can get these assorted packs today. They've got like 30, 40 different bags inside them in different sizes.
Right.
Also, one of the fun things that I like to do, I like to pick one color scheme and use it from the front all the way through right down to the gift wrap. So get your gift wrap to match your decor. Instead of using a note, take a holiday ornament and write to the person's name on the holiday ornament and attach that with a piece of fresh holly to your gift.
Oh, how great.
Easy one.
I love the bag because you can also transport it nicely when you're going to take it to somebody's house.
Yes, absolutely. Not then you get to recycle and you use the bag again.
Right, exactly. This is from Allie. Do you have any tips for stylish Christmas tree decorating? I'm tired of the same old lights and decorations. Wow. Well, ribbons are nice.
I think ribbons are fun. I also liked the idea of coming up with a theme for a tree. You know, so sometimes I pick maybe everything's all spheres in different shapes or in different colors. Or maybe you'd work with birds. So you go and collect as many things as you can around a bird theme.
Oh, that's great.
But I think it costs nothing to dream. So I think you got to dream, and the whole idea is really come up with one look that can be starting at the wreath at the front door, making its way to the tree, making its way on the mantelpiece, right down to every single decoration on the tree, right down to your ornaments and how you actually do your gift wrap.
Oh, that's great.
So one statement of style from beginning to end. Start with the color scheme, and then pick, is it silver or gold you want to work with, and then pick a shape, and then just run with that. So it keeps you all the way through.
Oh, it's great, yeah.
And one of the great things is I created these incredible curations of holiday ornaments, all in different shapes and sizes. I do like a 50-piece pack for like less than $50 at HSN.
Oh, you sell that?
Yes,
oh,
that I sell on HSN in all different colors. We have the most chic, beautiful gifts and the most beautiful holiday decorations at HSN right now.
Oh, right now, HSN Colin Cowie collection.
Absolutely. Not only that, I did beautiful Christmas trees that are they're all pre-lit. So all you got to do is put them together, plug them in, and you're good to go.
Oh my God, how great. How great. You think of everything. That's amazing. This is from Eva B. My family's holiday dinners are always full of rich, heavy foods. What's a light and healthy dish I can bring that won't seem bland and boring?
Oh, you're going to love this salad. My favorite all-time holiday salad is I like to take Brussels sprouts and you slice them very, very thin. Keep them raw. And then you add to that a bit of lemon juice, a hint of truffle oil, some olive oil, some toasted almonds, and a bit of grated pecorino cheese. It is the best salad.
So, but the Brussels sprout's not raw, is it?
It's a raw Brussels sprout.
Really?
It's a slaw of Brussels sprout.
Oh, wow.
With the toasted nuts, lemon, a bit of truffle oil, olive oil, and then some grated pecorino cheese on there. It is the most fabulous salad.
I can't wait to
Light,
try it.
healthy, and very crispy.
Very good, very good. It's certainly not boring.
No, and you don't get invited back again, I can assure you.
This is from Lucy. What do you recommend for a hostess gift? I always like to bring something, but I can never think of anything really fun or unique.
First of all, let me just frame that. I think when it comes to giving a hostess gift, you need to bring the hostess something that she doesn't have to feel that she's obligated to serve or she's obligated to display.
Right.
So don't arrive with a bunch of flowers because you're now going to put your flower arranging hat on, discuss the flowers, start snipping stems, and find a prominent place to discuss them,
That's a
to
good
display
idea.
them. And don't bring them a baked good if you feel that because they've already made their menu.
Right.
So if you want to send flowers,
This is great advice.
if you want to send flowers, send them either before, thanking them for the invitation, or send them after, thanking them for a wonderful event.
Right.
The other thing that I love to do is I like to leave my personal stationery at the flower store, at the chocolate store, and the liquor store. So then I can call and I can dictate a note, and the gift note is written on my own stationery when the delivery is made.
Oh, that's
so it's a great way to send a gift. But I think you can never go wrong with a good fragrant candle. You can never go wrong with a bottle of champagne, a great cookbook, maybe a new CD, things that people can have fun and enjoy.
Right. No, that's great. That's great. I like getting music. In fact, I've told everybody, don't be buying me any more sweaters and vases and things. I've got too much stuff. I'll just like some music. Whatever music you like.
I love the idea of giving an experience too.
Yeah,
yes.
It's great. This is from Patty. I'm usually up in Vermont where the state and every other house decorates with the Victorian era. I'm residing now in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it doesn't feel like Christmas. Any suggestions to get me in the spirit, in the decoration? The true meaning of Christmas is in my heart, but the commercial part brings people together.
It's so interesting. I spend a lot of time in St. Petersburg because HSN is over there. And I've been doing Christmas in St. Petersburg since September. So I've been feeling very holiday. In fact, it was hot and sweaty outside. I was like hawking holiday ornaments. But I think it's always about coming up with a beautiful look and a beautiful assortment
Right.
that helps you make a great statement. And I
Right.
think, also think out of the box. It doesn't have to always be red and white.
Right.
You can pick an interesting fashion-forward color and build your theme around that.
I think also lights on the house is great. I love lights on my house.
I think so
On
too.
the
It's
outside.
interesting because the interesting thing is it's the 1 month of the year we've licensed to be kitsch.
That's right.
So think about it. There's so many things that you wouldn't have around your
Right,
house for 11
exactly.
months of the year.
Right.
Go and put a center out front. You might melt in
my
St.
house is
Petersburg,
completely
but covered
kitsch.
with lights would be beautiful.
Mine is completely kitsch. This is from Trudy. What are your tips on giving charitably this holiday season and suggestions for how to make sure your donations are going to the helping people? Well, one of the suggestions I would make is St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. But since we're asking Colin, what is Infinite Family? Heard you were a global ambassador. Way to go, Colin.
I participate very actively in 6 charities that support children, healthcare, and most of them in Southern Africa, in Central Africa. And Infinite Family is a web-based program that connects young orphans with mentors via the internet. So they end up having a weekly mentor program that they're able to participate in. It's been very successful.
That's great.
And it's very scalable.
Right.
So we go into the townships and we've created containers, shipping containers that have got 12 computer labs in them. So we use this after school from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the evening. So these kids get connected via the internet with their mentors, adult mentors, in 58 countries around the world.
And from kids who need it, who don't have
Yeah.
parents. And
Infinite
oh,
Family is one of my favorite charities.
That's wonderful. Great. This is from Pamela H. Tips on decorating but remaining cozy and inviting.
Oh, I think that's the great thing about Christmas. It's time to dim the lights, light the fires, eat
Lots
the
of
marshmallow,
candles.
lots of candles, bring out your ornaments, and also time to put out lots of throws and pillows because it's about being comfortable.
Right,
It is
right.
about having the hot chocolate or hot toddy or hot cocktail in the evening.
Right.
And I think it's a fun time of the year to entertain. It's my favorite time of the
Me
year to
too,
entertain
me
because
too.
the foods are heartier, they're
Right.
warmer, you smell those stews that have been cooking all day long.
Right, yeah. And also, everybody has memories of the same things. So you have all these sense memories, whether you're Jewish or Catholic or whatever you are, your family did things and those smells of the food.
Yeah, and there's certain
the-
recipes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I've lived in many countries all over the world, but there's nothing like my mother's Cape Brandy tart.
That's right.
Wherever I have been at Christmas time, I have that thing.
That's
And when
so
that
good.
oven opens, it just smells like
I know,
home.
it's just so great. It's from Brendan. I'm throwing a holiday party. My roommates are Jewish. I'm Christian. Any tips on decorating for both Christmas and Hanukkah, but making it look seamless and unified and not just a menorah next to a Christmas tree? Well, there's a...
Why don't we start with the beautiful white Christmas tree to start with and
Right.
put blue ornaments all over it, and then you've got Switzerland.
That's great. That's great. This is from Harriet. What are some quick and easy appetizers that I can serve at my holiday party?
You know, Harriet, the savvy entertainer is the resourceful entertainer. There are such incredible frozen little pastries, little frozen quiches, frozen spanakopita that you can take literally from the freezer directly to the
Right,
oven,
and they're
directly to your
good.
guests. And I
And those
think
little
that
hot dog things.
they are also good.
Yeah.
Or go and buy some poached shrimp that's already peeled and ready to go, cocktail sauce. Buy an assortment of incredible cheeses. Do a hard cheese, a creamy cheese, a goat's cheese, and a blue cheese.
Right.
Some crackers, a couple of bottles of red wine, and some charcuterie, and guests can help
It is,
themselves.
it's great.
And none of these things take a lot of time.
Right.
They're all inexpensive, and they can all be store-bought, allowing you to spend your quality or your precious time on maybe gift purchasing or setting up your
And
home.
a couple of dips for the
crudité,
yeah,
absolutely.
Right, for the crudité, I love that.
One of my fun ways of entertaining,
Yes.
if I'm having a party for like 20, 30, 40 people, I like to set up a series of stations. So like on the cocktail table, I might do a green and white crudité, and I'll put out an ice bucket, some glasses, and some Sauvignon Blanc. On the dining table, maybe I do an array of charcuterie and cheeses, mismatched red wines, and some glasses over there. Maybe on the sideboard, put out a Gravlax or cider smoked salmon and some frozen vodka and a couple of shot glasses.
Don't you wanna go
you
to
have
his
these,
party?
So you have these fun curated
it's
experiences rather than a
wonderful.
buffet where
I know.
everybody that puts everything on the same
yeah,
plate.
yeah, right.
And even in the kitchen, you can have a big pot of a fabulous stew or a turkey casserole or something with some small bowls next to
Right.
people can help themselves.
Right, and eating a little bit at a time, I like that too.
Far chicer.
Yes. This is from Glenn. I'm bored with my home decor. These people are all bored with this stuff. Can you suggest a few simple ways to liven it up without spending a fortune.
Come up with a color scheme and start at the front door and work your way to the back door. And if you check out my stuff on at HSN, Colin Cowie, the holiday decorations,
Right.
we worked so hard to bring curated, fabulous decorations in all different colors. I think I have like 7 fashion-forward colors. That we did ornaments, garlands, trees, the full 9 yards. And you really don't have to spend a lot of money today because
Right.
there's such incredible price points out there.
Right. It is lovely though when it's all it has
Seamless,
a theme, yeah,
absolutely.
in a theme.
It helps you tell a story.
Right. This is from Trudy. What are your best tips for beating jet lag when traveling? Now you travel so much, you know this.
Marla, I've traveled 11 million miles around the world.
Oh my
And I've
God.
visited almost 100 countries.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I have this one down pat. First thing you do is put your clock onto the local time.
Right.
Okay?
Where you're going,
Where
where
you're
you're
going,
headed.
Where you're going. Try and get as much sleep as you can on the aeroplane and go for a run or do some exercise the moment you get to the other side. Your body's been sitting in one position for 8 to 12 hours.
Right, right.
You want to get all those organs activated and working. Go to bed as late as you possibly can the first night. Don't take a sleeping pill because you'll fall asleep real quickly.
Right.
I take a half an Ambien and I put it on a piece of white paper next to the bed with a bottle of water. So if I wake up wide awake for brain surgery at 3 o'clock in the morning, you take a half a pill and it'll put you to sleep and allow you to wake up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, which allows you to wake up in the same time zone
Right,
as everyone else
exactly.
is waking
That's
up.
right.
If you do that for the first and the second night, you will have no jet lag.
Yeah, that's
The other
great.
thing is keep yourself very busy around 3 or 4 in the afternoon when your body naturally wants to go to sleep. If you work through that and keep yourself active, you keep the mind going.
And water. You need a
Tons
lot
of water, tons of water.
A lot of water. This is from Deirdre. I'm buying gifts for family and friends, but I'm confused about who else I should be shopping for. Do I need to get something for my coworkers, my mailman, my hairdresser, all that?
You know, I think that this is a great opportunity and the great time of the year to say thank you to everyone.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but I can assure you, if you went to your hairdresser and you took a great bottle of wine or fragrant candle, or you had a bottle of wine for the mailman, you know, $20 in an envelope, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
And I think this is the time of the year where we do have that opportunity to say thank you.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a good idea. This is from Kim. What's a good drink to mix up when I'm hosting a party that everyone will enjoy? That's a hard question.
So Kim, I tell you what is a good idea. The whole idea is batching. And another thing that I sell on HSN are these beverage servers. I've sold
Right.
70,000 of them because it's a solution driver. So instead of making one drink, it takes as much time to make a big beverage server of like 40 drinks.
Right.
Which so come up with a great recipe. And if you go to look at colincowie.com, I've got so many recipes in there for cocktails from here to Kingdom Come and back again. But I like the idea of making one signature drink for the holidays.
right.
That way your guests help themselves. You set it out on a table with the beverage server, the ice, the glasses, and the garnish, and your guests make a beeline there and be able to take care of themselves.
What's a couple of ones that you really like in those drinks?
I love the idea of the cosmopolitan. I think it's a.
You can put that in a big thing.
You can put that in a big thing, absolutely.
Right.
You know, or sometimes.
Blini, can you put a champagne in a juice?
I wouldn't put a champagne in there because that's difficult. You
It'll
put the
be
juice
flat.
and then you get
Yeah,
the top
right,
of the
right,
champagne.
right.
But my favorite one, okay, is this, and I call it 120 miles an hour. You can serve it either as a shooter or you can serve it in a martini glass. It's a very easy recipe. It's 1/3, in other words, 1 part of espresso, 1 part of Tia Maria, and 1 part of either tequila or vodka, a third, a third, a
Wow.
third. Shake that up really well. Now this is how you prepare the glass. Take the pith of an orange and put it on the top of the glass,
Right.
and then dust that with a bit of powdered chocolate and a little bit of chili.
Wow.
Okay? This is a sizzlingly fabulous cocktail. And the
That's
combination of the sugar, the coffee, and the tequila will keep you going.
And so if we want to find that on colincowie.com, what do you call that?
It's called 120 miles an hour
Okay,
for
good.
the right reasons.
We got it. We got it. This is from Livia. Hi, Colin. When I host the holidays, I'm always left with a ton of dishes to do. I don't have a dishwasher, and I really want to spend. This is from Livia. Hi, Colin. When I host the holidays, I'm always left with a ton of dishes to do. I don't have a dishwasher, and I really don't want to spend December 26th in front of the sink all day. Do you know of any disposable dishware that doesn't look trashy? Any suggestions?
So, Olivia, I'm going to put it to you this way. I think Christmas is such an important day of the year. It's that one day of the year where we do want to use our dishes, where we do want to use the best things that we have because it is a celebration of life. So I suggest you get some of your family and friends to help do the dishes the night before, so you're not left with that whole thing the day after. Because at the end of the day, we all share in a celebration together.
Right, exactly.
So it's not just about what we do up front, it's about what we can do to help one another afterwards.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
get those nieces and nephews in
That's
there,
right.
roll up those sleeves, pull out the yellow gloves, and enjoy your finest.
And this is the night to bring out the good stuff. You know
Yes.
how they say? Not the good stuff. This is from Michaela. Certain family members always show up late to our holiday celebrations, and I'm so tired of it. Every year, dinner gets cold, and we are starving by the time they arrive. What is the best way to handle this?
Well, I think you should call them in advance and say, this is a shared celebration today. We've all worked so hard to make the food delicious. We are serving dinner promptly at 8:30 or at 9 o'clock. And if they're not there at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, sit out and go carry on ahead with them. Why should 10 people suffer because 2 people are late?
Right, yeah.
And you know what? Don't invite them next year for sit-down dinner. Invite them when you have a buffet.
That's funny. Let's see here. This is Lara. I'm traveling home for the holidays by plane, so I need to lug all my gifts along with me. Any ideas for small, compact presents?
Well, that's one way to go, is figure out things like scarves, things that you can fold easily. So usually clothing is probably the easiest
Right,
one to take with you.
right, definitely.
It's not like taking the big teddy bear with
Right,
you or some
right.
child's toy. But the other thing is, if you're purchasing any of these things online, you could have them drop shipped to where you're going
Right.
and not have them to deliver it to where you live.
Right.
And that way all you have to do is gift wrap them when you get to the other side.
Right. And
And that way
also-
you're not paying for the shipping either,
Oh, that's
second time
right.
round.
Oh, right. And also a gift card. I think
Yes.
gift cards are great.
They're great.
My
Because anyone gets to
nieces-
share them, spend what they think they want to spend it
My
on.
nieces love gift cards. This is from Nancy. Christmas tip question. I understand you can't give cash to the mail carrier. So what do you think about a Dunkin' Donuts gift card?
Well,
I
we
didn't
just
know you
said that.
couldn't give cash.
I didn't know you couldn't give cash. I never found one that didn't take the cash. So let's put it that way.
I know.
So, I think any gift card, whether it's a
Yeah.
Starbucks card, a Dunkin' Donuts
Right,
card,
yeah,
a
it's great.
Gap Jeans card, an AMC movie theater card.
Right.
Everyone today's got a gift card that you could possibly
Yeah,
get.
I think so too. Cynthia, how about some gift ideas besides gift cards, boxed chocolates, and wine? Also, easy Christmas buffet ideas and recipes would be nice. So,
Sometimes it's fun, Cynthia, to make gifts that are like an experience. So you might come up with a friend of yours who you want to give a fun gift to. So maybe you find 3 or 4 fabulous teas, 2 teacups
Right.
together,
Okay.
and maybe a poetry book and a throw.
Right.
It's a fun
Right.
gift where you get to curate and you can build it depending on how much you want to spend. You
Right.
continue to build.
Right.
Or you might have someone who loves ball games. So maybe it's popcorn and a couple of baseball gaps and 2 tickets
That's
to
great.
a great game. Or maybe someone's a wine aficionado. Maybe you send them a wine a month from the wine club.
Right.
So these are fun things.
yes, that's that, and their experiences.
The experiences,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
I received one year that flowers once a month, which I love.
Yes, it's
Every
a beautiful
month
one.
when the flowers came up.
So they give you the vase, and once a
Yeah,
month the flowers
yeah,
come.
it was so much
Or
fun.
a great cookbook and a couple of bottles of olive oil and vinegar. They
Yes,
go with it. It's
yeah.
a fun way to give a
It's
gift.
great. This is from Marianne. Where can we go to give wrapped new dolls to children and watch them open their gifts? Never mind this.
Wrapped. R-A-P-P.
I didn't know what that was. Okay. No, I don't want to say that either. This is from Donna. What do I do for my friend whose birthday is right near Christmas, December 18th? She's having a birthday party this year, but I also want to get her a Christmas gift. Is it gauche to get her a combined gift?
No, not at all. Listen, it's 2012. We haven't had the most excitingly profitable year in
Right.
all areas and arenas. I think one gift for the 2 is more than enough. My birthday is the 3rd of January. So often as a culture, this is your Christmas and your birthday
Right.
gift. So there's nothing wrong with giving one gift.
Right.
And I don't think she's expecting 2 either.
No, I don't think so either. This is from Patricia. We're having a giant New Year's Eve celebration, and I want to have champagne for everyone, but I don't want to spend too much money. What should I get?
Here's a great idea, Patricia. Why don't you have every one of your guests bring 2 bottles of champagne with them? And maybe pick a label, like maybe pick it at 2 different price points. You might
Yes.
think, what your guest would want. So it could be maybe Veuve Clicquot, it could be Taittinger. You find a champagne that you like, that you think is the right price. Take a picture of the envelope and send it a little email address and say, we're having this fabulous New Year's party. We don't want the champagne to run out, so bring 2 or 3 bottles with you
That's
and come
great.
and join us. Make a huge big ice tub and let all the guests put their champagne in there and you'll never run out of champagne.
That's so great.
And this way you can spend your resources on making it beautiful and attractive and focus on
Yes.
other elements for your guests.
And all the food and everything that you have to do. This is from Martin. I love decorating my yard for the holidays, but my wife is not a fan of blow-up reindeer and plastic Santas. How can I make our property look festive but classy?
Martin, listen to your wife.
And
Stick to the lights.
Lots of
Use
lights.
lots of lights and nothing blow up.
Plastic Santa. Judy, hi Colin. I'm hosting the holidays at my house this year, and while I celebrate Christmas, we have a number of guests coming that are of different faiths. Do you have any suggestions on holding an interfaith holiday celebration?
I think it would be fun to do. Maybe what you do is ask each one of your guests to come with one idea that they have from their particular faith, and maybe that could be shared.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
So we get everybody to participate.
You know, I like that. I like everybody bringing something of their
Bringing
own
one
faith.
ritual
Yeah.
that represents how they
Yeah.
celebrated that time of the year.
Oh, I love that. I love rituals. Hello, Marlo and Colin. This is Derek. My father's coming to stay with me over the holidays, but I live in a one-bedroom apartment. How's that supposed to work? Do I give up my bedroom for him and sleep on the couch?
Well, I think it might be a nice thing to do, Derek. Make you have that apartment the whole year round, so give your dad the bed, make him as comfortable as possible, and for those few days, use the sofa.
Yeah.
When he's gone back, you get back into your bed. But I think this is a great time of the year to honor our parents. And if my mother came to live and stay with me, and I had one bed, I'd give her the bed.
Of course, yeah. It also keeps you in control of your apartment. You know, you don't have to worry when he gets up and you have to tiptoe around. He'll be in his room, and he'll be happy, and you'll be happy. It's from Brandy. I'm so tired of using red and green everywhere when I'm decorating for the holidays. What are some other festive colors I can use to convey the holiday spirit?
You know, there's so many great colors out there, Brandy, that are not the traditional red and green. So I like to, and I did these with HSN ornaments this year. We did purple, we did teal, we did fabulous golden orange.
Right.
We did red, and not all the traditional colors.
And silver.
And silver and gold. And then obviously you picked your silver or gold. But a lot of people today, and I did this with our collections, were all mixed metals.
Right.
So it's a combination of silver and gold, and then pick one fashion-forward color. And you'll find today that there are so many people out there from Crate and Barrel to Pier 1 to West Elm doing beautiful ornaments. Pottery Barn with great fashion-forward colors.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. Purple and silver would be beautiful. Yeah. So this is from Sylvia. Hi, Colin. I'm hoping you can help me. My family's joining me for the holidays, but I have a dilemma. I have two of the sweetest little dogs, but my sister-in-law is terrified of them. Is it my responsibility to send them to doggy daycare while the family's over, or should she buck up and deal with having the dogs around?
I think that you should buck up and deal with having the dogs around. You can find a happy medium.
Right.
Because, I mean, why should the dogs be punished because your sister-in-law's coming? I think the sister-in-law can make an effort.
Right.
And I think
And
there's
there's
probably medication for those things. And,
get a
maybe
doggy
the dog's
gate.
on the one side and then your sister's on the other side.
So this is from Nikki. My mother is a total pain in the you-know-what about gifts. Everything we give her is met with a roll of the eyes, a sigh, and then how we just don't know anything about her. So what do we give somebody like this?
I think someone like that who clearly loves crafting, give her a gift card to a craft store and she can buy what she wants and she'll never have to roll her eyes.
Oh, that's great. There's nothing worse than a mother who rolls her eyes.
No kidding.
Yeah. Give us some tips for. I know that you're a great entertainer. You're really very famous for making everybody feel wonderful when they come to your house. What do you think you do that makes them feel so good? What are some tips for us?
I think the most important thing is to make your guests feel comfortable and to feel welcome. So the first thing I do is make sure I can offer them a drink the moment they come in the door. And that's why I love the idea of the beverage server, because it takes as much time to make 40 drinks as it takes to take one.
Right.
Set up and get the guests to help themselves. I think food's very important, you know.
Right.
You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can set up a couple of food stations with all store-bought food. Cheeses, charcuterie, some poached thing, a little side of smoked salmon, a green and white crudité, some chips and dips and things. Music is vitally important.
Yes.
But you want to shoot yourself after you've heard Jingle Bell Rock
That's right.
15 times in a row.
Right.
So this is the good one. Take your favorite CD mix, okay, and add 15% of your holiday classics, greatest ones, to it.
Oh, that's
and that
good.
way you get your groovy music with some holiday music, but it's not too much of one or the
that's a
other.
great
And
idea.
that way you can continue listening to it without wanting to jump out the window after Jingle Bells Rock.
That's a great idea.
Candles are the greatest way
Yes,
to
they
create
are.
instant ambience. Put a dimmer switch on all your lights, light lots and lots of candles.
Right.
And this way, when I entertain, I always look at what you smell, touch, taste, feel, or hear. And can you manipulate those things from the time the first guest arrives to the time the last guest
Right.
leaves? It's a fun way to go.
And what do you do? And this is a problem I often have. I think I've done the really wonderful thing. I've got a meat dish, and I've got maybe chicken just in case there's somebody who doesn't eat. And then I'll come up with, they'll say, "Oh, I don't eat any meat." What do I do now? What I mean, you just haven't done the right thing by that. You don't know people well enough. They brought a date you don't know.
I think that it's really people's responsibility to tell if they have a dietary restriction and they're coming somewhere. And also, when you make a menu, and you do have a meat dish, invariably you have a salad, and invariably you have a couple of sides,
Right.
and you have some vegetables. I think they eat around and help themselves.
Right.
Unless they've told you or made it up or let you know that they don't eat anything,
Right.
it's not your responsibility. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, you're doing a menu that you think is going to please all of your guests.
Right,
You're not
exactly.
running a restaurant.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. Your
But
best is more than good enough.
it is a terrible moment, though, when somebody says, "Oh, I don't eat any
Yes,
fish."
you know how many times I run into the kitchen
I
to
know.
scramble an
Oh,
egg
I
or make a
know.
quick pasta.
I know.
But I think if you've got a pasta, if you have a beautiful salad, you have a couple of vegetable dishes, and you are serving meat and you don't serve meat, I'm sure your vegetarian friends have been in the situation
Right.
before. They will eat around and make sure that they're happy.
And another question that I have for you is, when I'm giving a party and I plan it, just who's going to sit by who and everything, and then at the last minute, a man will call and say, "My wife can't come. May I bring my teenage daughter?"
The answer is no.
Because I know I can't put her next to anybody.
First of all, you can't put it next to everyone. Secondly, it's going to inhibit and change the conversation at the
Right,
table and
right.
also change the energy at the table.
Right.
And it's almost as bad when someone calls and says, "Can I bring a friend?" I said, "Really no, because if I wanted them, I would have invited them in the first
Right,
place.
exactly.
I would have invited you plus one."
Right.
And I think that
Exactly.
the people who behave the worst are the people who don't entertain at home because they don't understand the domino effect
Right.
of cancelling at the last minute
Right.
or bringing an extra person.
Right, exactly.
Just think about it. It changes your entire plan.
Right.
You've got to go and you've got 12, you've got to look for the 13th of everything, which you don't have,
Right,
including the chair.
Right.
I've been on this road many times before. Those are the guests that I invite on the buffet guest list.
That's right, exactly. Oh, Colin, this is great. Is there anything that we didn't ask you that you think we should know?
Yes.
Well, I mean, tell us, are there any other tips? Because
I think the best tip right now is my new wedding planner.
oh, good.
I just launched the Colin Cowie's Keepsake and Wedding Organizer, which is really, it's a beautiful gift box that the bride gets to
Right.
keep herself organized. And it's one of those ideas for her to keep all her menus and really record the journey of putting her wedding together.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm all about keeping you completely organized. So, one thing is to see what we do in ColinCowieWeddings.com, but this is really your brick and mortar file that keeps you organized and keeps you in
So
one
this could
place.
be a good shower gift, couldn't it?
It's a great shower
Yeah.
gift, absolutely.
What's it called?
The Colin Cowie Wedding Organizer and Keepsake.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, good. Another shower
And everyone's going to be getting engaged now between Christmas, New Year's, and
That's right.
Valentine's.
That's right. Thank you, Colin.
Happy
so much.
holidays.
Same to
Absolutely.
you.
Thank
Same
you,
to
Marlo.
Thanks,
And to you.
everybody. Have a happy holiday. See you next time.